This is the story of Noname the Elf. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dane Forgione. I am the founder and director of Vagabond Repertory Theater Company. And tonight, we are set to present our Christmas in July special. We are going to get started in just a few minutes. I would like to introduce the lovely lovelies who are in the cast tonight. For the first time in a while, I am taking over narration duties, so you get to hear my coarse, sonorous voice through the airwaves, narrating the action on stage. Let us get started with introducing the lovely cast this evening. Let us bring forth our leading man and leading lady. Playing the role of Noname is Owen Connors. You last heard him as Lestrade in our Young Sherlock Holmes play, and now here he is.
Hi.
He's a man of few words.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say.
Wow, how about that sports team, huh?
What's...
Exactly. And our leading lady playing E.K. the Elf, Juliana Souza. Come forth.
Hello.
And introduce yourself. You last heard her as Shirley Bassett Hound in our scene showcase. Now, instead of talking to an elf, she is an actual elf. Well, please go get a script. Hang on a second, folks. Let us continue. We are going to introduce now the three baddies, our trolls, Eek, Ack, and Ugg. First of all, let us welcome Nathan Kasoy as Eek the Troll.
Well, hi. How y'all doing?
Doing good. We last heard him as Watson in our Sherlock Holmes play, and here he is now. Switching sides. Next up, playing Ack the Troll. You might have last saw him last year, actually, in the My Neighbor Aurora. He played in that part, and it is Andrew, Mr. Andrew.
Hello.
There he is. And direct from the Broadway Alliance class today. I believe it just wrapped up today. Playing Ugg the Troll, we have Mr. Matthew Lamb.
Hi.
There he is. He's going to be in some of our future projects, which we'll be talking about later.
Yeah.
Now, let us introduce some of our elves. This next lovely, you might have heard him in our scene showcase. He's the Boy, Peter Butler. Tonight he's playing Jokester the Elf, Mr. Rhett Drennan.
Hello. Hey.
That's a very interesting accent you have. Are you from New Jersey?
I was thinking the same thing about you, but okay. Let's just...
Well, I'm New Jersey adjacent.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Okay.
Yes, you can smell New Jersey.
Oh, is that Newark I smell over there?
Yeah, yeah, it must be.
Coming up next, we have Miss Cordelia Commando, who is playing Songbird. Some of you might know her from a little something called the Sack Lunch Bunch with John Mulaney, which ate the planet. It was amazing. It's coming to Comedy Central. I'm very happy for her. How are you, Cordelia?
I'm good.
I'm super spectacular. Good. So, moving right along, this next young lady, what can I possibly say? She's done a lot of work with, I believe, Alabama Shakespeare Company. We have some good news to share. She is actually going to be front and center in I believe it's August, Psy Kids, the musical on Zoom.
Yes.
Yes. It's Brooklyn Nordist. Brooklyn, give yourself a round of applause for this wonderful, wonderful moment. Yes. Okay. So, our next two elves need no introduction. We've seen this lovely elf before. She played Kai in How to Be a Knight, and she was also in our scene showcase. And tonight, she's Predicta. We have Genevieve Prevents. She's here.
Hi.
Hello. We are glad to have you again. And playing Hardhead, we have the incomparable Hudson Barry.
Hiya.
Hiya. So, moving right along, we have our Mr. and Mrs. Claus, Michael Riley and Ashley Miller.
Hi.
Hello.
who are my stalwart companion and friends of a very long time. I've done shows with them many times before. And, yes, they're here tonight as Mr. and Mrs. Claus. Yes, we're going to get started in just a moment, but I have to just do one quick thing here. While I do this, let me tell you guys about what is coming up next on the docket. August 7th, we have the lovely Shannon ship, as well as a host of others, in the Guardian game. That should be spectacular. I can't wait for that. And coming up in September, we have our second scene showcase. And it is going to feature scenes written by people other than me. We have scenes from the lovely Shannon ship, and we have some lovely scenes, a lovely scene rather, from Genevieve and Justin Prevents. They, I gotta tell you, I've read the script and I watched the video of this scene, and it is funny beyond belief. I think you guys are gonna like it. Very, very well done. Actually, a couple of our lovely lovelies here on the call are set to be in that show. I know Matthew's in it, and Brooklyn's going to be there, and myself, and a host of others. It's going to be great. So, we are going to get started. Everybody is going to... Well, actually, before we do that, Mr. Owen, are you situated, my friend?
Yes.
All right, you got everything everything's copacetic?
Yep.
All right.
What's copacetic mean?
That means it's okay.
Ah!
All right, here we go. Everybody is getting into their places. I'm getting into my nice, cozy narrator's chair. I may or may not have a big mug of cocoa beside me, even though it is 90,000 degrees in New York right now.
You know what would make a hot day real good? Some hot chocolate.
Some nice hot cocoa.
I'd like to burn the skin off of my face.
Please tell me you have a Christmas.
It's 90 degrees.
He could have air conditioning.
I'm a little Ashley darling. I mean,
Just
come
ignore
on.
her. It's fine.
You're being quite silly right now.
It's okay. Just go on. Just
Sorry,
move on.
I love Christmas just like I love being...
Okay.
Yes, that's lovely. So we are going to get started. I've got my mug of cocoa, got my script, got my Bing Crosby sweater on, and yeah. I did. Hello from California. I appreciate Eric Levitt. Appreciate you being here.
And the 3 cheers that he's given.
Great, thank you for the 3 cheers for Mr. Michael. I see Michelle's in the chat. My good friend Michelle Majiri. Yeah, this is great. Great. All right, here we go. We are getting started. And actually, before we start, Mr. Michael, do we have the...
Yes, it is queued up.
Okay. All right, here we go. This is... Well, there's a phone ringing in my house, so hang on. Let me... let's see. Boy, this better be good.
2 hours later.
Literally the
So
best.
much later that the first narrator got tired of waiting and left, and they had to hire a new one.
That was the best timing for a phone
That's the
call.
best line.
Oh, live theater. Oh, I love it.
11 o'clock at night. Hold on, guys, before we get started.
Why did I turn into Roddy Piper all of a sudden?
Listen here.
Okay, here we go. So this is the story of Noname the Elf, and we are starting with Act 1. Here we go. The lights slowly go up to an empty workshop. Various toys seem to be set up at different stations, some needing to be built, some already complete. A few moments later, an elf is seen coming onto the stage, holding a clipboard and carrying a pocket watch. She appears to be in charge of this particular area. She slowly looks at her pocket watch. Then, when the time is right, she smiles, picks up a whistle, and blows into it. Obviously, it is time for work to begin. And, almost on cue, a line of other elves come marching onto the stage. They all go to their various stations and sit down. They look to the elf with the clipboard, who looks at her pocket watch again, then looks to the elves and nods. As some music begins to play, each elf begins to do his or her particular work, screwing the head on a doll, gluing wheels to a train, placing buttons on a teddy bear, etc., and etc. And soon the elves begin to sing.
Ho, 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 ho. We are Santa's elves. We are Santa's elves. Filling Santa's shelves with the toy for each little boy. Oh, we are Santa's elves. We work hard all day, but our work is play. Toffees try to see if they cry out. We are Santa's elves. We have a special job each year. We don't like to brag. Christmas Eve, we always fill Santa's bag. Santa knows who's good. Do the things you should. And we bet you he don't forget you. We are Santa's elves. Ho, 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 ho. We are Santa's elves. Ho, ho.
Hello everyone, welcome to Santa's Workshop, here in the North Pole. As you can see, it's a few days before Christmas Eve, so all of the elves are hard at work, completing toys for every girl and boy all over the world. How's it going over here, you guys?
It's fine.
Good, good. Now then, let me introduce myself. My name is Supervisor. Now, that might seem like a silly name to you folks, but believe me, there's a reason behind it. You see, when an elf is born, they don't get an official name. The only way an elf can get a name is when they have shown they have mastered a particular skill. Then, Santa issues a proclamation to officially christen an elf by his or her true elf name. For example, I showed the particular skill of being able to supervise other elves without it breaking down into chaos. Therefore, Santa christened me Supervisor. Just like that. You folks understand, right? Well, here, let me give you a few more examples. Hey, you guys, come here a second. Let me introduce you to the nice people.
5 elves hop off their stools and walk to the front of the stage. Supervisor starts from one side of the elves, intending to work her way down.
Let me introduce a few of the elves. First, we have Songbird. She's an incredible singer, hence her name. Show 'em, Songbird.
La la la.
Here, we have Jokester. Jokester is so funny. He slays them at all of the elf open mics. Show 'em, Jokester. Tell the nice people a joke.
Okay, so why didn't the man eat his alarm clock for breakfast? You give up? Because it was time-consuming. Get it? Time-consuming.
Here we have a brother and sister combo. They discovered their abilities at the same time. This is Hardhead, and this is Predicta. He has the ability to feel absolutely no pain whatsoever, and she can predict the future.
A beat. Predicta slowly picks up one of the hammers being used to build toys, and she wallops Hardhead across the face with it. Bong! Silence. Then he slowly does a ta-da gesture to the audience.
God bless you.
God bless me?
You heard me.
Why'd you say that? I didn't...
Sneeze.
Wow. Thanks, you two.
Meanwhile, a 5th elf bashfully and shyly steps forward. Supervisor walks over to her.
This is EK. Well, you know, come to think of it, we're not quite sure what it is she does. She requested a closed-door proclamation with Santa when he gave her her elf name.
It's true.
Oh, come on, EK. Tell us, won't you? What's your special elf gift?
Yeah, tell us, EK. Come on, please. Please, oh please, oh please.
Golly, I'm sorry, you guys, but I'm a bit embarrassed to talk about it. Maybe another time.
Well, alright. We won't pry, EK. Sorry.
Suddenly, a 6th elf gets up from his seat and walks over to a table where there's a pitcher of water. He pours himself a cup and sips from it. Jokester smirks and nudges Supervisor.
Oh, there he is. Tell the folks about them, Supervisor. Tell them.
Jokester!
No way. This is way too funny to ignore.
Yes, sir. Every single elf here in Santa's Workshop has their elf name. All except this guy right here.
Don't do this.
Yes, this elf here has absolutely no skills and no special gifts that make him stand out enough to get an elf name.
Please just let me go back to my...
In fact, because of this, he has been given a very special title. Y'all call him Noname.
Hey, good old Noname.
Hello, everyone.
So, Noname, what are you going to be up to?
The elves all lean in to listen, most of them snickering and tittering to themselves. EK is the only one who looks on with compassion and guilt. Noname nervously and sadly sighs.
Well, nothing, I guess.
Exactly. See, no gifts, no skills. He's just good old, boring, ordinary, blah blah, no name.
Down, 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 down. Who's that the elf who's totally lame? Who's that the elf who can barely play a game? Who's that who'll never get any acclaim? It's good old, boring, ordinary, blah blah, no name. The elves giggle and laugh some more as Noname, upset and embarrassed, puts his hands to his face and silently cries, as EK rushes to his side and shoos the other elves away from him.
Stop it! Stop it right now! Leave him alone! Shame on you guys! Shame, shame, shame!
Don't be a stick in the mud, EK. We were just joking.
Yeah, let us have fun.
Well, I don't think at all. No Name might not have his elf name, but he's still one of us. You ought to be supportive of him, not make fun.
I predicted she was going to say that.
Did you also predict she'd be such a buzzkill?
Oh, all of you just go back to work. We need to get these toys ready for Santa.
Who's in charge here? Oh, right, it's me. So only I can tell elves to go back to work. Well, go on. All of you go back to work. Okay, they were just being silly. There's no need to go crazy. Next time, just leave it alone. There's no need for you to get picked on to for siding with the no-name here.
She walks off as EK shakes her head, then goes to Noname and gently pats him on the shoulder.
Are you okay?
Not really, no.
I understand.
I really wish the others would just leave me alone. It's not my fault I'm so ordinary and boring that I haven't found my elf name.
Oh, now No Name. Don't talk like that. You're not ordinary or boring at all. You're very sweet, very kind, and a great worker, too.
Thanks for sticking up for me, EK. I really appreciate it.
We've been best friends since we were born, No Name, and we always will. Remember, as long as I'm around, you'll never have to face those other jerks alone. I'll stand right by.
I know. Oh, golly.
We'll talk later, okay? For now, we'd better get back. Mrs. Claus will be in to check on us pretty soon.
She gives him a sweet smile, waves, and walks back over to her post. Noname watches her in awe. Then he turns to the audience and speaks.
You know, just for those of you who weren't aware, I've got the biggest, most gigantic crush on EK. Like, ever. She's the kindest, sweetest, prettiest elf I've ever known. Every time I see her, my heart flutters almost out of my chest. But God, what would she want to do with an elf with no name, like me?
He goes back to his seat slowly as Jokester watches him, then nudges Hardhead and motions to Noname. Hardhead stifles a laugh and nods as Jokester smirks and walks over to Noname, then taps his shoulder.
What do you want, huh?
Hey, look, Noname. I just wanted to offer you an apology handshake. I'm awfully sorry about it. No hard feelings, right?
He holds out his hand for a shake.
Well, sure. No hard feelings. Thanks, Jokester. I'm glad you're being so...
He shakes Jokester's hand and the sound of an electrical buzzer is heard. Falls backwards as the elves all giggle and Jokester shows a hand buzzer on his hand.
The old hand buzzer works every time.
Holy, that hurt.
It was just a silly joke, that's all. Here, sorry about that, pal. Here, let me.
He offers his other hand to help Noname up. Noname weakly grabs it, but when he goes to pull up, the hand pops off on his hand. It was a fake mannequin hand.
Pow! 2 for 2! The old fake hand trick. Nyuk, nyuk, nyuk. I'm sorry, but I had to try out my fake hand trick once to see if it worked.
Jokester, leave him alone.
Don't lighten up, EK. It was just a silly joke. I do these kind of things to make people laugh. I don't mean any harm. It's all in good fun.
Suddenly, an older woman dressed in red walks onto the stage. Her gray, whitish hair gives her away almost immediately as Mrs. Claus. She watches the elves for a moment, then she clears her throat and speaks.
Good evening, little elves.
Good evening, Mrs. Claus.
Good evening, Miss Claus.
I see you're all hard at work, finishing up making toys for all the good girls and boys so that Santa can deliver them for Christmas. That is what you're doing, isn't it? There's no silly fooling around or pranks going on, is there?
No, ma'am.
Well, all right. Then keep at it, darlings. Remember, Christmas is coming in just a few days. Ahem. Oh, Noname? May I speak with you a moment? Over there.
Ooh.
Shh. Shh. Never you all mind what I said. Keep working, my dears.
Noname gulps, gets to his feet, dusts himself off, and timidly approaches Mrs. Claus, who guides him over to a quieter part of the stage.
You wanted to speak to me, ma'am?
Noname. Dear little Noname. What was going on in here before I came to check up on things?
Nothing, ma'am. We were just making toys, for the good girl and boy.
I see. Then why was it you were laying on your back, on the floor?
With that back flaring up?
Noname. Were the other elves teasing you a few moments ago?
Well,
Now, Noname, don't you cover for them. You tell me the truth. Don't be afraid.
yes, ma'am. They would.
Ah, gracious me, and those silly elves have been scolded about that already.
Mrs. Claus, I just don't understand. I'm nice to all of the elves. I don't make fun of them or speak cruelly to them. Yet they always pick on me. And I get it that it's weird that I don't have an elf name officially, but it's not like I did that on purpose. It's not like I just woke up one morning and said, gee, I don't think I want to do anything to qualify myself for an elf name.
Of course, dear, of course.
Oh, Mrs. Claus, what can I do? How can I make them stop picking on me?
Noname, sweetie, I wish I had the answer. If I could, I would give you an official elf name. But, unfortunately, only Santa can proclaim your elf name. And even so, your elf name has to come from within you. Something you can do. A special talent or gift from deep down inside of you. But you mustn't ever give up on yourself, Noname. You're a very sweet, very kind, very special young boy. I know it, and so does your friend DK. But you have to feel that worth too. You have to look past what the other elves say and always remember that no matter what, you are just as wanted and just as important as the other elves. You might not know what your special gift is, but you are still an elf, still a person. Look at all the good and positive things. It's what makes you, well, you. Do you understand, honey?
I think I do.
Any time, dear, any time. Now then, go on back to work, and if any of those silly elves tease you or try to pull one of their pranks, you come right to me and I'll speak to Santa.
Yes, ma'am.
Noname goes back to his spot again as a spotlight shines on him, and he puts a hand to his chin in thought.
I know Mrs. Claus said it has to come from within me, but oh golly, I've gone all my life and haven't felt any kind of I can shut off. She did. Maybe if I go and talk, we can discover what my gift is together. Aha! That's it. Gosh, why not?
We soon hear the clanging of a bell. Ding, 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 ding. Supervisor looks at her pocket watch, then slowly nods.
Lunch break! Lunch break!
Rabble. The elves all chatter to themselves and head off stage as the curtain closes for a scene change. Supervisor and Noname step in front of the curtain and speak to one another.
Hey, Supervisor.
No, I'm not no name. I'm busy.
I need to talk to you, though. This is important.
Make it quick.
I'd like to go and see Santa, please. Not for long, just a few minutes to ask him.
That's a big N-O, buddy. Santa is very busy. He's probably going to be busy until Christmas Eve. If you want an appointment, you'll need to wait till December 26th.
I can't wait until then. I need to talk to him now.
Sorry, but rules are rules.
Never mind the rules. Let me go and see him. If he shoos me out, fine. But I'm not going to let you or anyone else stop me. Now, get out of my way.
Yikes. Pretty mouthy for an elf with no name.
Listen, I'm going to see him whether you say he's busy or not. So let me do.
Fine. But if he tosses you out on your elf rump, it's on you. Not. If he asks, I was busy supervising elsewhere.
Yeah, sure.
Noname races off stage as the curtains open to Santa's office. Santa is seated at a desk, going over a list with a feather pen. He is humming to himself as he does.
Now let's see here. Little Mary Silverstein. She gave some of her toys to her younger sister throughout the year. She's on the nice list. And young Jacob Mandrake, he put his pet snake down the pants of the mailman. I believe coal is in his future.
Noname slowly walks onto the stage. He timidly removes his cap and clears his throat.
Santa? Sir?
Oh, why hello there, Noname.
Hello, sir. May I speak with you?
Oh, well, goodness, my boy. I always love to speak to you, elves. I still have so much to do before Christmas. I have to check off this naughty or nice list and prepare the reindeer as well.
Please, Santa, this is very important.
I'm sure it is, but these Christmas preparations have me all in a tizzy. I can't afford to make any mistakes. Perhaps after Christmas Day we can set aside some time.
Oh. Okay, sir. I'm sorry about it.
Noname, are you crying?
No, I'm fine. I'll get going.
Now, Noname, come here. Come on now, son, dry your eyes. I can't stand by and let an elf cry. I can spare a few minutes to speak.
You mean it?
I do. Now, have a seat and tell me what's wrong.
Well, Santa, you see, I was hoping we could talk about my official elf.
Ah, yes. You still haven't figured out your special gift that could lead to a proclamation,
No, sir.
Well, Noname, I'm very sorry, but in order for me to give you an elf name, you have to display a special gift, or do something wonderful and unique that could lead to a name.
Can we make an exception? You just give me some kind of, placeholder name? A temporary one. You could call me Sprinkled, or Tinky, or Bob. But what I am now.
Now, Noname, that wouldn't be very fair, now would it? If I did that for you, I'd need to do that for every new elf that comes along. Now, does that sound fair to the elves who found their special gifts or abilities?
No, sir.
Believe you me, my boy, if I could, I'd give you a name right here and now. But without showing me what you have deep down inside of your heart and mind, it's simply impossible. I suppose I could attempt to help you a bit. Tell me, can you fly or float off the ground?
No.
Can you sing, dance, tell jokes?
No.
Can you juggle?
Sorry, no.
Cartwheel? Do complicated math in your head?
No.
Hold your breath for a long period of time.
Noname thinks for a moment, then starts to hold his breath, though moments later he gasps out air and shakes his head no.
I'm very sorry, my boy, but I need to either see something directly, or you need to come to me with proof of a gift. Then and only then can I make your elf name official. You have my word, Noname. As soon as you can show me your gift, I will make a proclamation, but until then I simply cannot. I understand what you're going through. Mrs. Claus has told me that the other elves tease you and do silly pranks on you. And believe me, I won't put up with such silliness. But Mrs. Claus and I can only do so much to protect you. Part of it is to believe in yourself and find the gift within. You understand?
Yes, sir. Thanks, anyway.
You're welcome, my boy. Go on and enjoy the rest of your shift.
Noname nods and walks off stage. The curtains close for a scene change as Noname appears in front of the curtains. As he does, Jokester and Hardhead peek out and spot him. The two giggle and Jokester shushes Hardhead, then tiptoes up behind him. He pulls out a whoopee cushion, shows it to the audience, then presses on it behind Noname. The resulting fart noise causes Noname to stop in his tracks. Did he do that?
Oh, dear.
He turns and sees the other two elves, who giggle with delight.
Oh, brother.
Come on, Noname, it was just...
Let me get just a joke. Oh.
Wow, it's like he's predictor or something. Wow.
I'll just go away.
He bonks Jokester on the head with his fist, who winces and rubs his head. He then bonks Hardhead, who stands stone still and stares at Noname.
Hello? Hardhead. Duh. Oh, right.
Noname sighs angrily and storms off as Jokester and Hardhead duck into the curtains, which open to reveal the workshop again. The elves are busy at work as Noname trudges on, though he walks past his station.
Hey, where are you going?
A walk.
Come on, there's work to do.
I'm using my PET
Your what?
paid elf time off.
Have it your way. If you get in trouble, it's on you, Buster.
Whatever.
Poor.
Let the crybaby. It gives me more room to sing.
I wouldn't do that. You're gonna miss a note.
You're right.
Told ya.
Blackout. Curtain. No-Name slowly walks onto the stage in front of the curtain, his hands in his pockets, angrily kicking at the snow on stage. He mutters angrily to himself for a moment, then speaks.
Elves who as his claws can't help me. I'm a dull, boring elf. Okay. Why should I have a Christmas cheer? Like it'll do me any good right now.
No-Name walks a few more steps, then stops, and, almost addressing the audience, speaks again.
Well, at least alone out here in the none of those other elves to prank me or tick me or tease me. Completely and totally alone. Maybe not. Is someone there? Whoever that is, you better knock it off. I am warning you.
Suddenly, with a jarring chord, 3 trolls dressed in black and brown ragged clothing pop out from behind the curtain. They snarl at No-Name, who screams in fright and falls onto his behind. The trolls all cackle.
So you wanted us to show ourselves. Here we are.
Oh, troll!
Whoa. Guys, look who we have here. Silly, goofy, nerdy elf out here all by himself.
Yeah, with no one else with him.
Well, yeah, of course, stupid. That's what all by himself means.
It does?
Ugh, leave the talking to me.
Who are you?
Oh, goodness, what are our manners? Allow us to introduce ourselves. I'm Eek the Troll, and these are my associates, Ack and Ugg.
Ugg?
Is there an echo in here?
Why do they call you?
Why? Observe. Boogity-boo!
Yeah.
Get it?
I'm almost afraid to ask, but why do they call you Ugg?
Oh boy, this is gonna be fun! Show
Oh, No-Name's face grows pale and he covers his nose with his hand and tries to wave the stench away.
Ugh.
Attaboy, Ugg.
Thank you.
So, what's a geeky elf doing out here all alone? Don't you know this is troll territory? Yeah, we don't take kindly nerdy goody two-shoes elves trespassing!
Oh, gracious me alone. I have enough bad things going on as it is. I don't need you 3 stinky rotten trolls to bother me.
Bad things, huh? Gosh, we love hearing about bad things. Yeah, tell us more. We're all ears.
Well, the other elves all pick on me. Pick on me because I don't have an elf name. And no one, not even Mrs. Claus or Santa, can.
Wow, that's harsh.
Mega harsh. Even for us.
It makes me want to cry, seeing all the other elves not want to be my friend. They don't seem to care a lick about me. Except DK, but she's the only one. So I went out here to take a walk and clear my head. But honestly, I'm considering running away.
The hell you speak?
Yeah, if I'm gonna be peace forever, I might as well live alone forever. I'll miss EK so much, and Mr. Claus and Santa too, but, I mean, at least I'll be away from the Frank.
Gee, there's another way, you know.
There is?
Sure, you could become one of us.
Yeah. Be a troll.
Be a troll?
Sure. Listen, buddy, we get it. We totally do. We know what it's like to be an outcast. We were born outcasts. We're trolls. We don't like pretty, nice, silly things. Because, geeky elves. We like rotten, nasty, slimy, filthy things. Yeah, why do you think we've got Ugg around us?
Yeah. Why do they?
I mean, yeah, kind of puny and pathetic looking. But maybe, just maybe, with a bit of training, we can make you a new member of our Troll Brigade! Ha ha ha!
You'd want to be one of you.
Sure.
You won't pick on me, tease me for not having a name?
Of course not. We'll do you one better. We'll give you your own troll name.
Really?
Really?
Gosh, you fellas are being awfully strong. Much nicer than Santa says you are. Maybe you're not such bad guys after all.
Noname naively nods to the audience as the trolls all give each other a, is this guy for real? Look.
Boy, we've got a live one here.
Duh. I'll say we do.
Shh. Yep, that's what we'll do. Of course, we'll need to chop off the points on your ears since you'll no longer be an elf. And we'd have to roll you around in muck, dirt, slime, and cast a troll spell on you. And it'll turn you into one of us. It'll be incredibly painful.
Incredibly?
And you could never, ever see Santa, Mrs. Claus, or any of the other elves. That includes whoever this EK elf is.
Okay, I couldn't see her then?
No way! Trolls don't associate with elves. Those are the ones.
Oh gosh.
Look, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. If you say no, we ain't asking again. So what's it gonna be? Yes or no?
He holds his hand out for a shake. Slowly, Noname eyes the trolls one by one, then he turns to the audience.
Boogity.
It needs work, but with proper training. Like a lot of training. You'll better handsome of everyone!
Yes or no, elf boy? Yes, no.
No. No. I might not, but being a troll sounds worse. I could never be mean to anyone. I could never like slimy, yucky, filthy things. And I especially think the sweetest, nicest girl I've ever known.
Yeah! Prettiest?
Sweetest.
Nicest?
How awful!
Mine is no. I'd rather be a no-named elf than ever be a nasty, mean, rotten troll.
Well, if that's your answer, then fine, the deal's off. That means right now, you've got one of two choices, boy.
I do.
Uh-huh. Either get out of our sight, or we grind your bones to make seasoning for our soup.
The trolls lunge at Noname, who screams and runs off as the trolls cackle with glee.
Get lost, elf face!
Yeah, if we catch you in our territory again, we won't let you.
Yeah, you stupid, dummy.
Ugh, stick to grossing people out. That's your strong suit.
But we don't wear suits, Eek. Oi. No, not oi.
Oh, would you shut up?
The three ad-lib an argument as they all walk off stage. The curtains open again to the workshop. Noname sprints into the now empty workshop, panting and clutching his chest as he does.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm safe from those horrible trolls.
He calms himself down and catches his breath, then continues. Meanwhile, EK slowly comes on stage and walks up behind Noname.
Oh gosh. What was I thinking going out there, and why did I even consider for a second being one of them? If I ever do that again, any elf would have full permission to hit me over the head with a hammer.
How big a hammer are we talking?
Yow! EK. Oh,
I'm sorry, but I was so worried about you. I couldn't stand the thought of you being out there alone by yourself. I know you needed some time to think, but goodness, I was worried sick. So I stayed behind to wait for you to come back. The other elves all went home for the evening.
You stayed here? Just for me? You waited for me? Yes, okay, that's sweet of you. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to calm myself down. I was already having an episode of dealing with trolls outside. I can't take any more scares.
Trolls? You wouldn't happen to mean Eek, Ack, and Ugh, would you? Those nasty, horrible things? Oh, gracious, you poor thing. I've heard a lot about them. Santa and Mrs. Claus say out of all the trolls who live in the North Pole, those three are the absolute worst. They didn't hurt you, did they?
No. Just scared me a bunch, that's all.
Oh, Noname. You were so brave to stand up to those trolls. Any other elf would probably have joined them.
You really think they'd do something like me? Brave? Oh gosh, I'm not that brave.
I say you are. Think about it. Do you think Supervisor would have done what you did? Or Jokester? Or anyone else? No, they probably would have decided to become a troll. Not face them down and say no.
Wow, you really think they'd do something like that?
Think about it. Jokester would fit right in with nasty, yucky. They pull pranks too, don't they?
Gee, I guess so. Okay, here, can I ask you something?
Of course.
Well, This might seem out of nowhere, but now that we're alone here with some privacy, I'm really curious. Other elves, where they got their name. God, for as long as I've known you, I don't know what you'd be called EK.
Well, it's kind of embarrassing.
Now EK, come on, you're my best friend. You know I'd never. Honest, I wouldn't. And I won't tell anyone. It'll be our secret.
Oh, it's such a silly story. You probably won't believe it.
Try me.
Okay. Well, you see, one night, my baby brother Blinky, he woke up and he began to cry. He cried and cried and cried, and no matter what my mom or dad did, rocked him, fed him, sang to him, nothing, and I mean nothing, calmed him down and got him to go back to sleep. Finally, they both gave up and placed him in this crib, thinking maybe he'd just cry himself out. Well, I crept into his room and gently took him out of the crib and sat him on the floor. Then, well, I just came up with it. It was meant to just be a show of affection. But after I did it, he started to giggle and laugh. He stopped crying. Eventually, he laughed himself to sleep. I had done it.
Oh gosh, the suspense is killing me. What was the thing you did?
It'll sound silly if I explain it without demonstrating, so here.
Slowly, EK puts her hands to No-Name's cheeks and she delicately and slowly rubs noses with him. When she pulls back, No-Name is awed, absolutely over the moon. His eyes are wide open and a smitten, surprised look is on his face.
You see, EK is short for Eskimo kiss. That's what that's called. Rubbing noses like that. It's what the Eskimos do. I keep it to myself because I only like to do that sort of thing with people I truly like. People that I trust. People that I know need cheering up the most. I wouldn't do it to just anyone. And, well, I like you, No-Name. And I trust you to the moon and back. And I know you've been feeling down, so I truly believe you needed cheering up. So, there you go. EK. Eskimo kiss. That's what it all means. No-Name? No-Name, are you okay?
Wowie!
No-Name fades onto his back. EK does a double kick, then gasps.
Oh my goodness, my gift is supposed to cheer people up, not kill them!
She rushes to No-Name's side and lightly pats his cheek to wake him up. He comes to with a groan as she helps him to his feet and dusts him off.
Oh, great. No-Name, are you okay? Speak to me. Speak to me. Oh, No-Name, you're so adorably beautiful.
Yeah?
Yeah. Remember, if you ever need a friend to talk to, I'll be there.
I'll remember.
Golly, I'd better be home. My mom and dad are probably wondering. Good night, No-Name. I'll see you tomorrow.
Not if I see you first.
EK giggles and waves goodbye as she races off. No-Name waves after her longingly.
Oh, what a girl. What?
A brief blackout. We soon join back with the elves on stage, at their assigned spots, making toys. No-Name is back in his place as well, sewing a doll's arm onto her body. Soon, Songbird steps forward and she starts to sing.
Deck the halls with holly, fa la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. See the blazing you bore us, fa la la. Strike the harp for us, fa la la la.
The other elves have been staring at her this entire time. She becomes aware of this and peters off.
What? What are you all looking at? Why'd you stop?
Don't you know? No one ever sings past the first verse of that song.
Yeah, it's like a universal rule.
You guys don't even...
No talent.
How dare he?
How dare you?
See?
EK, meanwhile, gets up and gets a cup of water. As she walks back to her seat, she goes past No-Name, then stops and smiles at him.
How are you feeling? Better?
Better.
Great. Remember, I'm just a whistle away if you need someone to talk to.
She giggles sweetly and goes back to her seat as No-Name looks to the audience, then smiles and does a heart-beating fast motion with his hand to his chest.
Oh golly, see me? She never had no idea.
The elves all begin to hum a song as the lights dim on stage. Meanwhile, the heads of Eek, Ak, and Ugg poke out onto the stage one at a time. They put a hand to their ear in unison to listen, then they all recoil.
Yeah! Elves humming, being cheerful, making fun of how I hate it. Oh, not as much as I do. I don't know. The humming is sort of catchy.
Eek and Ak both bop Ugg over the head. Bonk, bonk.
Owie! Quite, you. Yeah, don't look at those elves, especially that Noname, all smiling with their face muscles up like that. Don't they know it's easier to scowl like we do? Oh, ugh, this is making me sick. Makes me want to puke. Not the fun kind of puke, but the puke I get from seeing everything. You know, I'd really like to stick to those elves, make them crying upset instead of being happy.
How can we do that, Ak?
Good question. I've got an idea.
You do?
I do. Best way to make those elves cry. Not just them, but that big fatso in the red suit.
Oh, crying is always fun. What's your idea?
Follow me and I'll show ya.
They duck off as we do a quick scene change. Santa's sleigh is now on stage, and an elf is watching over it, as there is a big sack of what we presume to be toys in the sleigh. He yawns and checks his watch as Eek, Ak, and Ugg creep over onto the stage tiptoe style.
Santa's sleigh and his sack of toys?
Oh yeah.
What are we gonna take the sleigh for a joyride or something?
Close. We're taking what's in the sleigh.
The sack of toys?
Bingo.
Eek. That's evil. That's heinous. That's horrible. Oh, it's...
I try. Come on, let's get that elf out of the way and take the sack.
3 trolls giggle and walk over to the sleigh. Eek slowly taps the elf on the shoulder.
Hey, Geek boy.
Huh? Oh no, a troll! Ak smiles and waves. 2 trolls!
Actually, make that 3.
3? Ak taps the elf on the shoulder. When the elf turns around, Ugg comically belches into the elf's face. Oh no! The elf's eyes cross and he faints to the floor.
Success.
Come on, let's grab the sack and beat it before some other elves stumbling in.
The trio grab the sack of toys and hup, 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 hup off stage as we black out, and the curtains close. Meanwhile, a group of elves walk out in front of the curtain on their lunch break again. Again, EK and Noname are among them.
Boy, I can't wait to have my lunch. My mom made her special sugar sprinkle cookies for me.
Oh, golly. I remember the last time I had some of those. They were delicious.
We can share them. My mom made a ton of them.
Cool.
Watch this.
Jokester walks past EK and Noname. He innocently bumps EK's shoulder and she stumbles into Noname's arms. The two are almost nose to nose, lips to lips.
Oops, clumsy me.
Ooh, look, guys. Close together. Gosh.
Perhaps.
There is a mistletoe around here somewhere, last I checked.
The elves giggle as Noname stammers nervously and backs away from EK, turning away shyly.
Oh, look at Noname blush. I think he likes you, EK.
Oh, goodness. When will you guys knock off these silly pranks? Just leave Noname and I alone.
Sure, when it stops being funny, we will.
Ugh, grow up, Joe.
Gosh, you're getting awfully defensive, EK. You have a crush on Noname, ha!
EK shyly and self-consciously shrinks back a bit. Noname soon turns back to Jokester and firmly, not angrily, he gently pushes him back a few inches.
Just cut it out, Joe. So I'll just have lunch and enjoy our break.
Gosh, sorry if I was messing with your girlfriend.
Noname looks to EK, then looks back to Jokester. Again, he is firm, not nasty.
Listen, Jokester. You can pick on me, tease me, quite however, but lay off, don't you? She never did anything. She's always nice to all of you. In fact, I'm nice to you guys, too. I might not like me, never say a bad word. You wanna know why? Because I know better. If I started to be a troll, I'd be no better than the horrible trolls who live in the mountains.
Ugh, those trolls are so horrible.
Definitely.
Exactly. Think about it, gang. Do you really want to be compared to those yucky, nasty trolls? They like to tease, torment, prank, and do horrible things to elves stand for kindness, joy, and friendship, don't they? Let's not go down to the level of a troll. What do you say?
You know, that makes a lot of sense. I sure don't want to be a troll, and I hope the rest of you don't either. Golly, Noname. I'm awfully sorry, pal. I wasn't thinking when I made those jokes towards you. You're totally right. We need to stick together and not be like the trolls. Truce?
He sticks his hand out for a shake. Noname cautiously clasps hands with Jokester. Seeing as it's not a trick, he shakes hands fully with him and smiles.
Truce.
Noname, you were wonderful. You stood up to Jokester, but you did it in a kind, smart way. Thanks for sticking up for me, too. That was so sweet of you.
Oh, golly. Thanks, EK. You're my best friend. Of course, always.
Wonderful, darling sweetie pie. Here, you definitely deserve this. From me to you.
She puts her hands behind her back and leans her head forward a bit, presumably for an Eskimo kiss. Noname excitedly does the same thing, but before their noses can touch, we hear someone scream off stage.
I do not predict the future to know that that sounded bad.
I wonder what's wrong.
Oh, help! Help! Calamity! Horror! Badness!
Super, what's the matter?
Oh, help! Help! H-E-L-P! Help!
Then calm down and tell us what's wrong.
The Santa's sack of toys is gone. It's been stolen.
Stolen?
The elf on duty was passed out on the floor, and the toys, they're all gone. Cleaned out. And what's worse, the culprit. It was trolls. Trolls! I saw the floor and troll fur scattered all around. They must have snuck in, took the bag, and ran. Our hard work. All of the toys for the girls and boys. Gone.
Horrified murmurs of disbelief come from the elves. Soon, Songbird frowns and turns to Noname.
Wait, didn't you, Noname, see those three, Ack and Ugg, yesterday?
I did.
You know something? I bet you told.
What?
What?
Makes sense now. You probably met up with them to tell them to steal those toys to get back at us for our harmless teasing and jokes. That's why you made up that stop story about us not being like trolls. You're covering for them, aren't you?
Absolutely not. I would never.
A likely story.
Songbird, be reasonable. Noname would never do a thing like that.
Noname, how could you? What we were doing was just harmless teasing. What you've done, it's unforgivable. It's not funny at all. In fact, it's horrible. Our hard work is down the drain, and Christmas is doomed.
Traitor. Benedict Arnold.
And to think, all of us actually felt sorry for. Well, now I wish we had teased you more. Maybe then you would have run away, and this wouldn't be happening.
Noname, so help me. If you let those people here, if you told them to steal all of those toys we worked months and months on, I'll make sure Santa banishes you forever.
How could you, Noname? Shame on you, you disgrace!
No, it's not what it looks like. I would never get a thing. You must believe me.
Boo, Noname, boo!
I have to get out of here. Get out of my way.
Noname, wait!
Blackout, and that's the end of Act 1. Oh boy, looks like Noname's in for it now. Let's give the actors a couple of minutes to set up for Act 2. While we do that, first of all, I want to say thank you, everybody, for joining in the audience. I hope you're all enjoying it as much as I am. And I hope hope you're enjoying this wonderful, wonderful cast. Now, for Vagabond Repertory Theater Company, what I like to do, especially with the circumstances going on in the world today, with everything that's been happening these last few months, I have been trying to use each show that we do to raise money for a good cause. Now, the money that I'd like to raise for this show, I would like to benefit the Little Victory Theater in Staten Island, New York. Now, Ashley and Michael
Yes.
Have experience with this theater as well.
Yeah, we did an improv show there a couple years ago.
That is
it was a lot of fun.
It's a cute little theater,
Yeah.
and the owner is actually very sweet.
Yeah, Alberta is a very sweet lady and deserves all the help that she can get because of the whole Backstreet Boys reunion.
You know, you make that joke, and that only works if people know who the Game Grumps are.
Yeah.
So
Well, I can explain that it's our term for the pandemic. It's our YouTube-friendly term for the pandemic.
And that's only because they demonetize anyone who says
not
the
that,
actual term.
Not that this video is going to be monetized to begin with, but
that's neither here nor there.
It's just a YouTube-friendly term for the whole pandemic going on. We just call it the Backstreet Boys reunion tour, and everybody's got tickets, but you don't want tickets.
No. The seats are horrible. It's obstructed view.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. So, Alberta Thompson, she was instrumental in helping me break out on my own to start directing shows.
Right.
I've directed several shows at her theater, and I would really, when theater does come back, and it will, they like to say in Broadway, right now Broadway is on intermission, as they like to say, and it's going to come back. It's going to come blazing back. But right now, Alberta did so much to help me. I'd like to do something to help her. So at the end of the night, I will be posting a link on my Facebook page as to where you can donate to help the Little Victory Theater.
And it's funny, and I didn't think about it until just like right now, but I guess technically that means that I've also directed on that stage. Because, I did have a lot to do with that show getting happening. Because it wasn't even it was a You Can't Be Serious show that didn't start as one because I wasn't attached. And when I became attached, then a bunch of the other cast members also became attached, and it became a You Can't. So yeah, absolutely anything that will help Alberta continue the Little Victory Theater forward once this whole thing goes away is much, much appreciated. She's a sweet woman, and she deserves all the help she can get.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mike, for clarifying that.
You're very welcome.
And now, let us go to the exciting second act of the story of Noname the Elf. Everybody is getting back into their places, and we are going to get started in just a moment. All right. Everyone is in their place. Here we go. Act 2 of the story of Noname the Elf. Some music plays to start the second act, and we see various elves rushing about in a panic. Some try to put together some makeshift toys, but in their panic, they make mistakes or bump into one another in the confusion. Supervisor is pacing around, looking very nervous, as other elves are gathered in anxious, upset semicircles. Mrs. Claus and Santa grimly walk on. The elves all anxiously gather around the two.
Santa? Mrs. Claus? Any update?
It's gone all right. The bag of toys, all gone. And Supervisor was right. Troll tracks were seen going right out the door.
Oh, Santa, we're sorry. We should have been paying closer attention.
Don't fret, my dears. Mistakes happen to all of us.
Santa, what are we gonna do? Do we have time to make new toys?
I'm sorry, my dear, but I'm afraid not. We can remake some, but not all of the toys. Christmas Eve is just a few hours away, and we don't have much time. And I can't in good conscience give toys to some of the girls and boys, while others get nothing.
Oh, goodness. Dear, what does this mean?
Sadly, my dear, I think it means we might have to cancel Christmas.
Cancel Christmas? No!
Santa, please! Oh, gracious. This is terrible. Think of all the girls and boys.
That rotten Noname. This is his fault. He let those trolls here. It was him. Santa, banish him forever.
Yeah,
Santa,
Get rid of Noname. He's ruined everything.
Terrible.
That's enough. I won't hear another word about banishing Noname. You all know very well he'd never do such a thing.
Indeed, Noname doesn't have that cruelness in him that those nasty trolls do. As far as I'm concerned, they came here on their own and concocted this rotten, horrible plan. I also won't hear another negative word against Noname.
But
Not another word. Shame on you, silly elves. Shame, shame, shame. I can't believe my ears that my jolly happy elves would accuse one of their own of such deception. I'm very disappointed in all of you.
You silly elves won't get any sympathy from me. Santa is right. For shame! The way you treat Noname is bad enough, but to accuse him of such a crime, it's inexcusable. He's one of you. No matter how long he doesn't have a name, you were all taught better than this. You were all taught to be like brothers and sisters, like a family. Not to tease and torment, or play silly pranks, or accuse a fellow elf of plotting with trolls. EK seems to be the only one with any kindness in her heart. She was the only one who believed Noname, and she went to go look for him after he ran off. Hopefully he hasn't gone too far. Goodness me, I can't even look at the lot of you right now. I'm so disappointed.
She turns away from the elves, as does Santa, and the elves all begin to comically cry.
Claus, we're sorry.
We don't hate Noname. We were just trying to be silly elves. Deep down, we know he's one of us.
We didn't mean it.
Oh, please forgive us, ma'am, sir. Please don't be mad at us.
Oh, please, Santa. Oh, we were sorry. Don't be mad, please.
All right. Calm down, everyone. Calm down. It'll be a start if you all go and find Noname and apologize to him. Bring him back here. Then we'll try to find out where those despicable trolls went with Santa's bag of toys. Understood?
Yes, Mom. Go on now, get a move on. Go and find Noname and make sure he's okay. Come on, Mrs. Claus, let's go see if there's any spare toys in the basement.
The elves race off as the curtains close and the lights go out for a few moments. And they light up again. Noname is sitting in front of the curtains, sobbing into his hands. This goes on for a few moments before EK comes onto the stage.
Noname? Oh, Noname, there you are.
Oh, hey.
Noname, please.
No, you heard them. I'm just a horrible traitor elf. Those trolls, they probably snuck in and took the toys. So even if I didn't tell them, it is my fault. Why'd I go coward? I really am a horrible elf.
You are not a horrible elf. Noname, come on, listen to me. You're my best friend. Ever since we were little elf babies, you always have been, and you always will. I know for a fact you didn't tell those trolls to steal Santa's bag. And you didn't mean to lead them to Santa's workshop either. Noname, you're the kindest, sweetest, nicest elf I know. You don't have an ounce of meanness in your heart. That's why I like you so much. You see the good in everyone, and everything. Even when the other elves tease you, you never tease back, because you're a sweet, warm-hearted boy.
Noname doesn't answer. He just wipes his nose on his sleeve and turns away from EK. She gently moves to face him.
Don't turn away from me, please. I hate to see you upset. Come on, just listen to me. It'll be okay. I promise.
She begins to sing.
Have yourself a merry little smile. Let your heart be light. From now on, your troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little smile. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, your troubles will be miles away. Here we are, as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years we all will be together, if the fates allow. Hang a shining star upon the highest place. So have yourself a merry little Christmas now.
Very good, very good. She hugs Noname, who hugs back. Slowly, somberly, Jokester, Songbird, Hardhead, Predictor, and Supervisor walk onto the stage. EK and Noname both stand, and Noname turns away, a mix of anger and sadness. EK crosses her arms at the other elves as Songbird steps forward. Tears flood her eyes, and she goes past EK to Noname.
I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry. I'm ashamed. I didn't accuse you of conspiring with... I was just mad about... That's all.
And we don't hate you, Noname. None of us do.
Yeah, deep down, we all like.
We didn't mean to upset you. Won't you ever forgive us?
Noname, please. We need you to come back. Maybe you can help us figure out where Eek, Ak, and Ugg went. You saw them slithering around before they came here, right? Maybe you can track them down.
If you ask me, it's too little, too late. You're all probably Claus and Santa are upset with you. Not because you feel bad.
EK, don't say such a thing. If they didn't care, they wouldn't be crying. But look, leaky faucet all around.
I haven't cried this much ever.
Me too.
Us too.
Golly, I think you're right, Noname.
You guys want to help me? No fooling?
The time for jokes is over. This is serious.
Noname is silent. He walks over to the elves and slowly, softly, he smiles and opens up his arms for a hug. The elves all crowd in for a group hug and EK happily joins.
We're so
We're sorry.
We'll never do it again.
Come on, let's get back to the workshop. Then we can figure out what to do.
The curtains open back up to the workshop. The elves all crowd in and stand near one of the tables. On said table is a patch of troll fur. They look at it with a mix of disgust and curiosity.
Yeah, what is it?
Troll fur. It must have fallen off of either Eek, Ak, or Ugg when they were getting away with Santa's sack of toys. One of the elves found it on the floor.
Ugh, just looking at it makes me feel sick. It's all matted and dirty. Ugh, it smells like rotten garbage.
It's not going to sprout legs and attack us, is it?
In unison, all eyes look to Predicta. She shakes her head no.
No, and thank goodness too.
No, that's good. You.
Gee, if we can only figure out where those trolls went, right, you guys?
The trolls in the North Pole have caves and muck piles everywhere. It could take us days and days to search all of them. And by then, it'll be too late.
I think this might be a clue.
What is it, Noname?
Well, I want to tell you, but it's going to be good.
Spit it out. What is it?
Reindeer poop? Ew.
And you're holding it, too. Ugh, better wash your hands after this.
Yeah, those trolls really are gross.
As horrible as it is, this has given me a big clue.
It has.
Has? Yep, the only place where there's any kind of reindeer, where Santa goes to find new reindeer to become part of his sleigh, isn't too far from me. That there's a cave, and if there's a cave, chances are Eek, Ak, and Ugg are hiding out in it with Santa's sack of toys.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go and find them.
I'll go. You guys stay here and help make some. Besides,
No way! We're not making you go alone. We go as a team together.
Yeah.
You guys aren't scared? You'll all go with me?
Of course. EK said it best. We're a team. We're like family. Family doesn't let family go into danger alone.
Golly, thanks, you guys.
Let's get a move on. Every second we waste.
Gee, maybe you found your gift, Noname. Maybe being a mountain guide is your calling. It could be what gives you your elf name.
Nah, it was just luck, definitely. Besides, I'm not about to have the edited list before we leave.
Blackout, curtain, scene change. When the curtains open back up, we are in a troll cave, decorated as such. A slimy, dreary, messy place. Ak and Ugg are busily rifling through Santa's bag of toys, tossing said toys randomly, as Eek holds a baby doll in his hands.
So, Miss Betsy Wetsy, what you want to do now?
He holds the doll up to his ear as if it's speaking to him.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, I see. So you want me to rip your head off? Oh, well, I'm sure that could be...
He rips the doll's head off and cackles, tossing it aside.
Yeah! Oh, I bet that took some dorky elf hours that only took seconds to ruin.
This was a great idea, Eek.
Yeah, great.
Uh-huh. All we have to do now, fellas, is hide out here for a few more hours. The Christmas Eve is officially ruined.
What did we do with the toys, then, Eek?
I don't know. Set fire to them, throw them in a muck pit, whatever, as long as Santa doesn't get them back.
I can't wait to see these toys sink into a pit of muck.
Me too. Hey, we can even get an audience to watch us do it.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Gather up some of the other trolls to come and watch.
And we can even ask those nice elves at the mouth of our cave to watch us too.
Yeah.
Wait,
What?
Yeah. There's a bunch of those dopey elves right over there.
I hear them. They're in here, you guys. Come on.
Uh-oh, he's been found out.
Let's beat it.
No way. Trolls? Don't run from nerdy elves. Stand your ground, men.
Soon, the elves make their way onto the stage. No-Name takes the lead, and he stands before the trolls and points to them.
Unhand those toys, you slimy trolls.
Oh, jeez, Louise. It's a whole bunch of dorky elves.
So, No-Name, how'd you manage to find us,
You three gave yourselves away. We found a tuft of Santa's workshop.
Complete with reindeer poop.
You big goon, I told you to pick up your shedding fur when it dropped off of you.
I'm sorry, boss, but I was helping you hold Santa's bag.
I told you we should have shaved him bald when he started shedding a few days ago.
And what were you doing in rolling around in reindeer poop anyways?
It's fun. What can I say?
Fair point.
Oh, please, Pete, enough talk. Just give us Santa's bag and we'll leave alone.
No way! Finders keepers.
You didn't. You stole it.
Find, stole, tomato, tomato. Who cares? It's ours now.
Just give us back the sack of toys, you horrible beast. Don't you care about the sad children all over the world when they don't get any gifts?
Yeah. No, not really.
Ugh, you really are a slimy, rotten troll.
Dang. You know, now that I look at you, maybe something pretty isn't so bad after all. I'll tell you what. I'll give back the sack of toys in exchange for a big ol' smoot.
He puckers out his lips in an overly exaggerated way. EK is disgusted and she gasps and backs away.
Not for all the tea in China. Ew!
She stomps on Eek's foot and backs off even further.
Yow! Never mind, big pretty dusting.
Pay for my friend, you.
Oh, please. Like a cowardly elf like you, it's gonna stop me.
Cowardly this.
He stomps on Eek's other foot.
Yow! Not again!
At least you have matching pain in your feet now, Eek.
Shut up! Just get these elves out of here.
A free-for-all breaks out. The elves all try to get at Santa's bag, but the trolls keep intercepting them. Each of the elves tries to use their signature gifts on the trolls with limited success. Finally, the trolls and elves are now opposite of each other in a standoff.
You elves can't win. It's useless. We won't give you that sack of toys. Besides, it's almost Christmas Eve time. That big fatso Santa won't get it back.
What are we gonna do? Every time we get near that bag, those trolls knock us back.
Yeah, we'll run out of time if we keep going around in a circle like this.
Just give up and go back to the workshop, you dorks. Besides, there's always next year, right?
The trolls cackle as No-Name frowns and steps forward.
Oh, you again? What are you gonna do now? Try and boogity-boo us again?
Nope. I have one more big surprise. Something that I seem to recall you three trolls hating more than any.
No-Name takes another step forward, and suddenly he begins to sing.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Oh no! I'm tearing! Christmas music!
Ride one horse open sleigh. Hey!
You better not be off, boy.
Jingle bells, jingle all.
Make him stop, Eek! Make him stop!
Stop it! Trolls hate hearing music.
Oh, I wanted to ride one horse open sleigh.
Here we go! The other elves are going to join in.
Through the snow.
In a one horse open sleigh. Oh, the fields we go. Laughing all the way.
Bells on
Bells
bobtails,
on bobtails, making
the
spirits.
spirits bright. What fun it is to laugh and sing the sleighing songs tonight.
Oh, jingle bells, jingle bells.
It's so cheerful, so happy. It's disgusting.
Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride one horse sleigh.
Hey, Uncle! We give!
Will you give us back the bag with all of the toys?
I warn you, I know every verse to Silent
Yes, we will! Get the boys, get the toys back in the bag!
Ack and Ugg scramble to the toys and stuff them in the bag. Eek grabs the bag and hands it over to the...
Here, take it and go. Take it and go. Don't ever bother us again. Darky, geeky, stupid out.
And off the trolls go, deep into the cave, never to be seen again.
Come
on, there's still time left. Let's hurry back to the workshop.
The elves haul the bag up and race off. Curtains close and there's a scene change. We open back up to the workshop. Santa is busy sewing a doll as Mrs. Claus and a few elves watch anxiously.
Well, there's another one done. Here, put it in the emergency bag. Oh, dear me. Well, we've got some toys replaced, but I'm afraid that it's not enough.
Oh, dear.
There's not enough time left. Goodness, this is terrible. It'll take a miracle for Christmas Eve to go off now.
you'll have.
What on earth?
Come on, gang. Hee-ho!
The elves come back on, carrying Santa's sack of toys. Santa, Mrs. Claus, and the other elves gasp in shock.
Is that...
Sack of toys? Yes, Santa.
We got it back acting out with Bear.
Oh my goodness! This is wonderful!
It certainly is. My wonderful elves! My wonderful hard-working elves! Listen up now, listen! Gather in close. I'm happy to say that Christmas Eve is not cancelled after all. I will be able to deliver gifts to all the good young girls and boys all over the world. And we have one very special elf to thank for this wonderful news. Noname. This brave, intrepid little guy took matters into his own hands and got back my sack of gifts and toys from those nasty, rotten, mischievous trolls, Eek, Ack, and Ugg.
They helped me get the sack of toys back.
Indeed they did, but finding the courage inside yourself doesn't just come from friends alone, my boy. It comes from you too. You found it, you harvested it, and you did what was right. You thought of others before yourself. You risked your very being to save Christmas. And for that, I think it's time, Noname, to make your elf name official. I, Santa Claus, am making this an official proclamation. Noname the elf is hereby known as forevermore Brave Hero the Elf.
Yay! Noname, or should I say Brave Hero. You did it! You have your elf name! This is wonderful!
Noname is lost in thought for several moments. Then he gives a somewhat half-hearted smile.
Santa, can I talk to you about this? Yeah, I guess I do.
Brave Hero, what's wrong? You don't look happy.
I am happy, believe me, but something just isn't sitting right with me. Excuse me.
He walks over to Santa and tugs on his sleeve gently.
Oh, what's the matter, Brave Hero?
Talk to you about this?
I can only spare a few moments, son. I have to get going and deliver these presents.
Santa, I hope this doesn't make me sound aggressive. I'm so very, very happy my elf name finally, but I think I'd prefer to just go by Noname.
Huh?
I don't understand. So, you're dreaming.
I thought the same thing too. Noname, sweetie, why this change of heart?
Well, after all, the more it makes me want to feel that what I really sure is not my name. I know you all would, and it used to upset me a lot. It made me think you guys didn't at all. EK and Mrs. That made me realize that family is family. You guys are like family. You might tease me, but you guys care about me. You wouldn't have tried to help me get Santa's sack of gifts back from Eek, Ack, and Ugg if you didn't. I guess what I'm trying to say is, Santa, if it's not too much trouble, maybe, just maybe, my official elf name could, well, just be Noname. It wouldn't be a placeholder anymore. It would be me.
I must admit, this is quite the unusual request, my boy. Are you certain it's what you want? Goodness, I'm a bit disappointed. I kinda like the name Brave Hero. It rolled right off the tongue for you.
It's what he wants, dear. Come now, please say yes, won't you? It's such a humble request, and he did save Christmas. How can you say no to that? Please, dear, for him, for me.
Oh, now I could never say no to you, dear, and even so, I wasn't thinking of saying no. Very well. Second proclamation. In light of this development, I officially crown Brave Hero with his, well, new elf name, Noname.
Hip hip hooray!
Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray!
Now I feel much, much better.
Oh, Noname, you were wonderful. I'm so glad this all worked out.
Me too. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've been waiting to do this since you did it to me.
Slowly, Noname leans in and he rubs nosies with EK. She turns to the audience and she sighs happily.
Now I this nose ever again.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Great job, everybody. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Yay!
All right. Thank you all so very, very much for joining us on lovely, lovely Christmas in July special. And great job to the cast. And thank everybody for listening in. We will be back August 7th for our next show. That is The Guardian Game. But for now, thank you all so very much and have a good night. 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 Have a good night.